everyone, to another wonderful day in the Carolinas. I think we're ready. It just came to our attention recently that Madden 23, a franchise we all know and love, has released its player rankings.
Yeah, I grew up playing Madden all the time. I would buy the game every year and play it and continuously make the mistake of being overconfident for the game. Every single time thinking, oh, this is going to be brand new, it's going to be great. The only thing really they change is a couple of cosmetic things and the names on the back of jerseys.
Yes.
It's continuously disappointing. And we'll see what happens. But you said there's some ratings that came out.
Yeah, the one thing that we can always rely on at least is Madden to be controversial.
100%.
And so they have just released the new player rankings for who will be the best player in the 2023 season at every position. And, as much as it's a video game, it is still an interesting topic of conversation because we all want to know, who is the best player? Madden is a very public part of the NFL as being the only sports game related to it.
And they have the license.
There's
so
some level of NFL endorsement here.
You would think that they would have it right.
You would think that they would be taking the time, they do with everything. But as we have discovered, it is like they do with everything.
It's crazy because you would think, because especially like you said, they have the rights and everything to these NFL franchises and everything. They have people behind the scenes that obviously have to be football watchers, have to be avid, people that pay attention at least. So you would think that the ratings would reflect that.
And you would think that, with fantasy football coming up, that you might be able to sit down with one of these top-ranked quarterbacks or wide receivers list, put together a pretty good team.
Yeah, you would assume. You would assume the best players should be at the top.
And that might be true. So let's take a look at it and see what we think.
All right. What are we starting with?
I think we have to start with quarterbacks.
Okay, start from the top and got it.
So I have it here in front of me. Evan, you keep up with the NFL pretty regularly.
Of course.
Been a long-time fan. Of the quarterbacks going into the 2023 season, or 2022-2023 season, who do you think is the best?
Okay.
Who would you, if you had to make your list after lots of time analyzing the numbers, thinking about the most potential to lead their team forward this year, who would you put as number one?
You see, I think it's a pretty, honestly, for me at least, I think it's an obvious answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can't go back-to-back MVPs.
True.
And not be the number one quarterback.
Very difficult to make the argument that he should not be.
I think the only argument,
I would say the only exception would be perhaps the quarterback that just won the Super Bowl. You lead your team to a Super Bowl championship, especially if you're putting up good numbers to go with it. Sometimes you have a team that's okay quarterback and the rest of it's good. But if you're a Super Bowl MVP or if you are a Super Bowl winning quarterback, maybe there's some upside to you in the following year.
And I think that's a good way to look at it. I think as people do, and I think it's reasonable in some situations, you have to put a lot of weight on the Super Bowl. You have to, because it is the ultimate goal. It is the ultimate what everybody's going for. Yes. And if you win that Super Bowl and you become MVP like Stafford did, you should be a high-rated quarterback. You should be up there. Especially, again, I understand. I think the only drawback to Aaron Rodgers is the fact that he doesn't technically perform well in the playoffs.
Yes.
And I think you have to keep that in mind. But I think as Madden, I think the first comes first. The last season's MVP needs to be a 99 starting the season.
Especially if you have 2 seasons in a row as MVP.
Exactly.
But
I don't even think that's a fair thing to argue either. I think it's given. I think it should be given. And I think if you want to add in dynamic ratings, which I'm pretty sure Madden does,
yeah.
And I think you should at least give them the benefit of the doubt it doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers. I'm a big Packers fan, but it doesn't have to be. I'm just saying this obviously as an example. If you are the MVP, the next season you need to be 99 in Madden. No matter what. I understand other players can be 99s as well, but that's just a given to me.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at?
Well, it seems that the makers of the list were thinking of Aaron Rodgers' 2 recent MVPs when they put him at number 2.
Oh,
a very symbolic
number.
And you might think that maybe they nudged Matthew Stafford in there at number 1, having won the Super Bowl.
Could be understandable. I'd be okay with that.
They did thankfully give him a top 10 spot at number 10.
Goodness
coming
gracious.
off of the Super Bowl win with
How
a ranking of 85.
85.
85 out of, I guess, 99.
99,
is the
yeah.
practical limit. Yes.
85.
85, because as we all know, Matt Stafford has never shown the capacity to win at all.
Yeah. That's
Except
crazy.
in the most recent year, of
exactly.
course.
But that's crazy. I mean, how do you not hold that as something that's, worthwhile? Like, you have to be able to look at that and be like, okay, he did well. Maybe not 99. If they firmly believe, okay, this was a fluke. If they think it's a fluke, but I mean, you can't be a fluke to win the Super Bowl.
Now, you could potentially say, well, maybe they're thinking of other players that have recently had 99 cards in Madden. Like, I believe Patrick Mahomes has had a couple of very high caliber cards, and though he's losing Tyreek Hill, he is still arguably one of the better, if not, I mean, you could make a claim that coming into this season, Patrick Mahomes could come out with one of the best passing seasons in the NFL, if not the best. He's that kind of quarterback.
And
you
I think
just never know.
I think I don't know who number 1 is, but I would assume it would be Patrick Mahomes. That would be number 1 then.
Well, he's number 3.
Interesting.
Because he does not have 2 MVPs in a row like Aaron Rodgers does.
Understood.
So, who else do you think might be a contender?
I think it would have to be
throwers.
I think it would have to be.
Athletes.
Josh Allen is a solid quarterback.
Josh Allen, another guy who has led a team way further than I think we all anticipated after years of being bad.
Oh yeah.
And really, the receiving core on the Bills it's not the deepest in the league. He's a very mobile quarterback. He does a lot of running on his feet. And so for that, he is number 4 at a 92.
Okay, so I've gotten all of them because I know who number 1 is. It's got to be Tom Brady.
And you are right.
It's got to be Tom Brady. Because if those aren't them, it would have to be Tom Brady.
Coming back from retirement, Mr. Super Bowl himself.
What is his rating?
A 97.
So Aaron Rodgers is a 96?
Well, I think they looked at it, and after, you compare the age, you compare recent accolades and success, and you have to think, rationally, is there a more mobile, deeper, accurate thrower than Tom Brady?
The all-around quarterback.
Is there someone whose stats, size, strength, speed, accuracy, I don't know that anyone beats Tom Brady on any of those metrics.
So the thing is, okay, so it sounds like they're making it a career. Like
it's a popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest. It has to be because you're talking upside. You're talking about Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, those kind of guys that have the Herbert or whatever it may be that have the upside, and they've shown they can perform. Especially obviously Patrick Mahomes and obviously Josh Allen this past year, especially.
Practically it has to be Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford. Probably Aaron Rodgers.
I would say so. And I understand. I completely understand if you're looking at the situation and say, okay, Matthew Stafford has a lot of people around him. I completely understand that. And if you want to not put him above Aaron Rodgers, you have to put him at least around the top quarterback. You can't put him at 10th. I would reasonably say 5th would be an understandable, even if you want to put him behind the top guys. So you go Tom Brady, you go the 4 guys that were listed.
Right.
Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Aaron Rodgers, and then put him 5th. I think that's more than okay.
Oddly, not on this list is, I believe, one of the top paid quarterbacks now, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. He's not on that list.
Neither is Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, you never know how he's going to come back because it's been a while since he's played football.
No, you can't rank him.
You can't.
But it is interesting that
he's going to be in the game, though.
Yeah, he's got to be in the game. And so I guess they maybe were a little hesitant with that.
Which makes sense. Again, I'm okay with that. Even though when he left, he was killing it. But, I mean, yeah. Who else are the other top 10?
The full top 10
let's hear it.
Is Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Matthew Stafford. I think Lamar Jackson's a little high.
But he's still, so if it all depends on what I'm assuming their rating is based on the stats that they have.
So, it must be.
So, I would assume that because his speed's high, his, maybe his accuracy isn't as high, but he has the speed. Maybe that bumps him up past a couple people. But Dak Prescott being that high is a little interesting. I think, he's come back from an injury.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Herbert has showed that he can play well. There's definitely players.
Young.
Joe Burrow's young.
I'm a little bit surprised at the confidence of a 90.
Why would you put Joe Burrow ahead of Matthew Stafford?
Or Russell Wilson, or even Lamar Jackson.
And I understand if you want to put him ahead of them because he went to the Super Bowl. If that's what they're basing that off of, and how he performed last year, and he performed pretty well.
He did.
Russell Wilson, that could be an interesting thing because of the new team and everything. But it's just.
It's interesting to me though. Matthew Stafford has always had this connotation that he's not a great quarterback, and if he's great, it's because he's a stat stuffer, and his stats are only so good because he's somehow stuffing them.
Yeah.
and it's a deception. I've never fully understood that. I understand that for years he languished at the Lions and then never went anywhere, and that was largely laid at his feet. But as soon as he leaves, he immediately wins a Super Bowl with the Rams, and the Lions do nothing.
But the Lions always do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think
I see
it's
what you're
time
saying,
that we start to shed a little bit of those connotations.
He's amazing. But anyway,
Well,
I think that's a little upsetting, but what's next?
A little bit related. How about running backs? That's the next on the list.
Who would be the number one running back?
Mm-hmm.
That's tough because I would honestly, the first person that comes to your head is Derrick Henry, but he was injured last year.
He was injured. On the way to a great season.
On the way to a great season. Is he number one?
He is number one.
Okay, I was going to say. I would see that. That makes sense. What about Nick Chubb?
Number 2.
Okay.
And tied for number 2.
Christian McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey.
Dang, I'm on a roll!
And it is so, but these are the right choices.
They have to be. That's why it's easy for me.
And it's amazing how counterintuitive the quarterback selections were.
It just, gosh.
Because this is, it's Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor. We have to mention real quick how Jonathan Taylor, when he first entered the league, no one seemed to think he would do anything. Yeah,
out of Wisconsin. He was a beast in Wisconsin.
After how many yards was he rushing Wisconsin?
Gosh, it was ridiculous. I remember it was crazy. But yeah, it's bizarre to me that no one was paying attention to him. And then he comes in, he struggles in the beginning just because it's the beginning of the NFL career.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, he broke out. He's amazing. Yeah, obviously he's amazing.
It's odd to me, though, that for people whose job it is to look at players, the same thing happened with Lamar Jackson.
Oh, gosh,
he came out of college, was awesome all through college, Heisman winner as a junior, I think. And then they said, well, what if he's terrible? Yeah. Off of nothing. What if he's awful in the NFL? Turned out to be great.
He was picked 32nd in that draft.
Yes.
He was picked the very, very last pick of the first round. He was obviously to the Ravens, but that's crazy.
Or think about DK Metcalf.
That's another second round pick.
After his amazing combine, there were non-ironic reports coming out saying, but is DK Metcalf in too good of shape?
Exactly.
And it just continued to slip.
And plus, it's not like he went to like Christian Watson that we got this year, but it's not like he went to a random college. Like he was at Ole Miss. DK Metcalf was at Ole Miss, a solid SEC school. It's not a bad situation. But who else is in the top 10 for running backs?
Dalvin Cook at 5.
Okay.
Joe Mixon at 6.
Okay.
Maybe high.
I could see him going higher though too. He's a good receiving back.
It's just he was so injured.
This is the issue as well.
History, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Eckler.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ezekiel Elliott at 10.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I like that rating. I don't think
it's
like
not a bad.
I even could put like even as a Packer fan as with Aaron Jones, I could put him even lower. Like I think he's a really great running back, but I think he really benefits from having 2 running backs. Yes. I think he really benefits from going in and out of the lineup and everything. Workload's good. I mean, obviously he's a great running back, and I think 1-2 punch wise we're top 5. But yeah, I mean you're talking really good running backs, and I think he deserves to be top 10. You're splitting hairs at that point between a couple running backs, and I think the running backs are pretty well done.
Yep, there's not too many conspicuous names missing here. Saquon Barkley, but again, it's hard to know how good he actually is because he's always injured
or has no offensive line.
Yeah, exactly. The other one is Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs
is another promising running back, but.
Then again, they have a couple running backs on that list on that team as well. So I think that's a good list.
I think we got to do wide receivers next. Who do you think the best wide receiver in the league is?
Devontae Adams.
And that is their number 1.
Mm-hmm.
A 99.
I mean, you're talking, but again though. I mean, you're talking Cooper Kupp is up there too.
I was going to say.
You have to say Cooper Kupp.
I struggle to put Devontae Adams above Cooper Kupp after last season. Okay, let me put it this way.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp and the Rams win a Super Bowl, largely off of the offense that he and Matt Stafford created.
Yeah.
I think that you either have to say that Cooper Kupp lifted Matt Stafford beyond his usual play, or vice versa. They've already put Matt Stafford, though, at just the 10th best quarterback in the league.
So then you have to say,
that Devontae Adams, for as good as he is, was getting passed to by the 2-time MVP, number 2 quarterback in the league. But a 99, and we'll see.
But then again,
this will be the test season.
This will be the test season for Devontae Adams. I think this is going to be good. I think he'll do great. I mean, then again though, he's getting older in age. I mean, you're talking a very interesting situation there. He hasn't played a full season in a couple of years. Like it's very interesting. We'll see, but we'll talk about that later. But I mean, with this, I 100% think it's Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp race. Yeah. I think you can definitely say Cooper Kupp, but then again, you have to look at the weapons around Cooper Kupp, right? Yes. You have to look at that and be like, okay, you have other people pulling away defenders, and it's 1-on-1 or whatever with Cooper Kupp. Whereas with Green Bay, you look at it and say, okay, you have Devontae Adams. You know, when he was there, you had no one else to throw to. Now he has Darren Waller. He has Josh Jacobs, like we discussed, Hunter Renfrow. I mean, you have a couple of wide receivers, a couple of options that will pull away the defenders from him. So maybe he will have a good year. But I think I could see Cooper Kupp being ahead of everybody as well. I don't think is he number 2?
He is number 2.
Yeah. So I think at that point you're again splitting hairs. What was his rating?
A 98.
Yeah. So I could see him as a 99 as well. 98's fine as well. Who else would that be? Top 10. I mean, there's probably going to Keenan Allen.
He is on here.
He's probably lower though.
Yeah, he is.
Trying to think of DK Metcalf has to be higher up there.
He's
Jamar Chase.
Neither are on here.
On the top 10.
Nope.
Interesting. Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is number 7.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he's better than either of those 2 I just listed?
No.
And he's number 7. This is where knowing of the name becomes higher.
And I think
popularity.
When you look at these names, for the most part, they're all legacy quarterbacks.
Is Larry Fitzgerald on there? I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm trying to think of some teams. AJ Brown?
No, surprisingly.
Really? AJ Brown's not on there.
No.
Christian Kirk? No, probably not on there.
Nope.
DJ Moore? Panthers.
No.
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Justin
Jefferson.
Number 5. Justin Jefferson, number 6.
Number 6. Okay. Who else? Who else is on there?
Tyreek Hill.
Okay, that makes
Number
sense.
3.
Yeah, he's really good, obviously.
DeAndre Hopkins.
really good, but hasn't. Did he play last year? I don't know. Like
I believe he did, but you didn't hear.
you didn't hear a lot about him. He was on the Cardinals.
He was on the Cardinals, which I remember when that trade went through.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it a 1-for-1, like DeAndre Hopkins
for the running back Johnson?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. I can't even remember his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Johnson or something like that. It was
David Johnson.
David Johnson,
who had that one great
year, and everybody drafted him in fantasy the next year, and then nothing. But that's a 1-to-1. I think it was
When that trade went through, everyone thought, okay, the Cardinals are now contenders.
Yeah.
But it was not a bad year for him,
No.
but it was not maybe what everyone expected.
Yeah, so okay, I mean, I could still see, but again, you're talking about that Michael Thomas?
No. Though he will be coming back.
He will be coming back.
And that will be, I think, the most interesting wide receiver to watch
That's
this
what I'm
year.
saying.
Will be Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole question mark on the quarterback situation at the Saints.
Yeah. Who else on the top 10?
So you had said Keenan Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a number 8 tie with Terry McLaurin.
Ooh, good shout.
Yes, the youngest new blood.
That is a good shout. I like Terry McLaurin.
Yes.
But who's his quarterback this year?
I actually don't know. I don't even. Who is
It's
the
the what's his name? Look it up real quick. What's his name? Oh, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the Commanders' quarterback this year.
You are right.
I think I think Carson Wentz is a solid quarterback.
Pairing.
Again, I'm not saying amazing quarterback, solid quarterback. I mean,
But
okay,
admittedly,
Terry McLaurin.
the Commanders have played above their on-paper
Always.
skill level.
Unlike a lot of other teams.
Yes.
Okay, Terry McLaurin.
And the last one is Amari Cooper.
Ooh.
Do you know what team Amari Cooper is on?
Dallas. No. The Browns.
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. And who's their quarterback this year? Could be Cam Newton. Could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be Cam Newton. Could be obviously Jacoby Brissett. I mean, we'll see what happens with.
Did you not see? Okay, so there's actually an answer to that a little bit. That the Browns have been working out Josh Rosen.
Yes. Yes.
And someone else.
I think it was Cam Newton, wasn't it?
It was not.
It was not Cam Newton?
No. Let me see if I can find
I
it.
did see the Josh Rosen. I remember the Josh Rosen one. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, I mean, you're talking about a great room there. And, like, you're talking about a lot of good talent in the Browns. But you're, again, that's
They signed Josh Rosen. I'm sorry.
They did sign
So
Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen has been signed.
That's a pickup right there.
As well as Jacoby Brissett. And, of course, it's behind Deshaun Watson, who currently holds a contract for the most guaranteed money in the NFL.
Gosh, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Signed in March of this year.
That's crazy.
The Browns living up to their name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So then what are we doing next? Offensive line?
How well do you know offensive line?
I know a couple offensive linemen. I would assume Trent Williams might be the top one.
Oh, look. It's on here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would
It
say
is.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say I could see Trent Williams be the number
99.
one. Yeah. I mean, you got what's his name from the Colts? Nelson. Last name Nelson. Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson's up there probably.
Yes, he is.
Was
tied
probably
for third.
Yeah, I was gonna say number 3 probably. Trying to think of other ones. Well, I mean David Bakhtiari, but that's a whole new situation. He's on there, but he hasn't played at all. Like he really, especially as a Packer fan, very disappointed in that because he's getting paid a lot of money.
A lot of money.
He's getting paid practically the same as the number 1 on there, the 99.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're talking, gosh. So who else would it be? There's another Lane Johnson. Is Lane Johnson on there?
Yes, in number 7.
Number 7. Who's number 2? Tackle probably. No. Guard?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Zach Martin. On the
Oh
Cowboys.
yeah, Cowboys. Cowboys always have a good offensive line. Who else? Let's go through them real quick.
Tyron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Also on the Cowboys. You said Bakhtiari.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 5. Terran Armstead, tackle on the Dolphins.
Tackle on the Dolphins, yep.
Lane Johnson, I think you said
Yep.
that. Tristan Wirfs.
Oh,
On
Buccaneers.
the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Corey Linsley.
Used to be on the Packers, now on the Chargers.
Now on the Chargers. Yep, he's tied at 8.
I could see that. He was good offensive
Ronnie
line.
Stanley on the Ravens.
Ooh, Ravens. Okay. That's a good. I mean, again, I don't really know offensive linemen. I just know a couple of them. But yeah, I mean, you can't complain about offensive linemen.
How well do you know your cornerbacks?
Cornerbacks? I know a little bit about cornerbacks. Well, let's think about it. Jalen Ramsey, probably number one. Number one. Is he a 99?
98.
98?
Yes.
They did not give him the 99 treatment.
Room for improvement.
Wow. Okay, what else? Trevon Diggs, leading interceptor last year, wasn't he? He's probably not on that list.
He is not on this list.
Wow.
Kind
Interesting.
of amazing, isn't it?
Kind of amazing. Interesting. I mean,
You would think, though, leading in interceptions or at least broken passes should guarantee you.
That also means that people are going at him a lot. Probably because he wasn't that good.
Could be.
Could be. So
Or
maybe
maybe
his
they were just
catching
wrong.
is high and everything else is low. But who else? I mean, Jair Alexander.
Number 2.
Really?
Yep.
Where's he at?
A 94.
Wow. 98 to 94. I feel like it's a big drop.
That is a drop.
Interesting.
And that's number 2. 1 to 2.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what about Xavier Howard? Is he on there?
No.
Interesting. Okay. Who else is there?
Tre'Davious White.
Oh, yeah.
On the Bills,
Okay, Bills,
93.
yeah, definitely.
Darius Slay.
Interesting.
Yep.
A little nod to the old man.
Yes. And like another nod, a big nod.
Yeah,
we can all
exactly.
think of. Denzel Ward. On the
Okay,
Browns.
Browns. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Marshawn Lattimore.
On the Saints.
On the Saints. Stephon Gilmore.
Ooh, old
On-
man. The Panthers.
Yes.
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 The Panthers got someone in the top 10 of something.
Yes.
Well, I guess I had Christian McCaffrey. But yeah, I mean, that's, again, old person.
J.C. Jackson.
Ooh, he's on.
Not in
who's
any
he
year
on?
as much.
Who's he on now?
Chargers.
Chargers. I was going to say the Chargers now. Because he was on the Patriots for a little bit.
The Patriots had like one of the best cores. Marlon Humphrey.
Oh,
on
yeah.
The Ravens.
Yep.
And then A.J. Terrell.
Oh, AJ Terrell. Yep.
Terrell. On the Falcons.
Yep.
At 89.
That's low.
That's low.
For a top 10? But I guess the quarterback had an 85
85
for Stafford.
Stafford.
So maybe not. Maybe
Yeah.
that's pretty good then. That's crazy, though. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, wow.
I'm sure you can probably do a little bit of guessing on the interior defensive lineman. Number
Kenny
1,
Clark. Oh, Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald, 99.
He's listed as, is that just defensive lineman or interior?
Interior specifically.
Interesting. Because he kind of roams around. I don't know if he was a DT or a defensive end. I didn't know. Anyway, so Aaron Donald, probably 99.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kenny Clark's on there.
Yes, number 7.
7, yeah. Who else would I say? Vita Vea?
Number 2.
Number 2? Okay.
Yes.
Who else? Everson Griffin's an outside, is an end. Let's think. Ndamukong Suh.
Not on here.
Interesting. He might be an end though as well.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Cameron Hayward.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan Allen. Ooh.
The Commanders.
Yeah, the Commanders.
Chris Jones on the
Oh,
Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
DeForest Buckner.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep.
49ers, I think.
The Colts.
Colts. Oh, yeah, he got traded from the 49ers. You're right.
The Colts have a great team.
They do have a great team.
Kenny Clark, you said. Jeffrey Simmons on the Titans.
Titans, yep.
Michael Pierce on the Ravens.
Yep. It's always confusing because I always thought like Jeffrey Simmons or whatever is a defensive end or whatever. So sometimes like I didn't know if they were defensive end or not. But yeah.
And then Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox,
on the
Eagles. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a nod again.
Yeah.
I guess he's good too. He's good. Edge rushers maybe are all combined to one.
Yes, they are.
Because T.J. Watt's got to be number 1.
He's not. He is a 96 number 2.
So wait a second. So you telling me, I guess tied the sack record from last year?
Yeah.
Tied the sack record, defensive player of the year.
Just like 2 MVPs in a row can only get you so far. Being the best at something doesn't make you number 1.
Okay, please don't tell me Von Miller's number 1.
No, he is
Okay,
number
thank
4.
goodness.
He is number 4, tied with another
J.J. Watt?
No.
I was going to say, is that a nod too?
I don't want to,
Don't
be
spoil
insulting
it.
and say another eye roll that he's at number 4.
Who is it?
Because he could have a great comeback season. Khalil Mack. At number 4.
I think he could still perform. But not 4. Obviously, not 4.
Yes, he is still,
He's still really
one
good.
of the best. But it has been a little... Oh, and where is Khalil Mack, by the way?
Oh, he's on the Bears.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's on the Rams.
No. He's on the Chargers.
Chargers. I was going to say, it's one of the LA teams.
Chargers. But think about the
That could be good.
Bears just squandered.
The Bears
his
always
tenure
squander.
there.
Let's be
But
honest with ourselves.
They just could not figure out what they were
That's
doing.
interesting.
So now
okay,
he's on
who
the
else?
Chargers.
Who's number 1? Give me the team and I'll remember.
It's got to be... It's someone who has the right aggression to be an edge rusher. It's got to be someone that brings the pain.
Miles
It's
Garrett.
Myles Garrett at a 99.
He's a 99.
A perfect edge rusher.
Wait a second. And TJ Watt is not a 97? Or 99?
No, he's a 96.
Oh.
Yes. 96.
So Aaron Rodgers was a 96 as well.
Yes.
Interesting.
Like I said, being the best doesn't make you number 1. So
How do you not? Okay, can they not get
think
two
about
99s?
Cooper Kupp was on the cusp, if
That's what I'm
not
saying.
actually setting like an all-time record.
Yeah,
for
the Triple
receiving
Crown or
yards.
whatever it is, like yards, touchdowns, and catches, receptions.
It was enough for number 2.
Yeah, but that's
And
what I'm
a
saying.
sub-99
Could you not give multiple 99s? Because I bet you there's no multiple 99s at positions, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Players deserve to be 99. TJ Watt, you have to give
You
99.
have to give him a 99. You
Like,
have
why
to
not?
give him.
Okay, who else is on the list?
Nick Bosa,
Yeah.
a good
Joey?
shout. Joey Bosa
Yeah.
is also a little bit lower. Cameron Jordan,
Interesting.
DeMarcus Lawrence, who you were thinking. Did you throw his
Interesting.
name out earlier?
I don't think I
I don't
did.
think you did. Yeah, that's right. Chandler Jones and Rashawn Gary.
Gary. Good old Packer. I
Yes.
should have thrown that out there.
Yes.
I didn't know he was going to be that high.
And
Impressive.
89.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Was it Zadarius Smith?
Smith, yeah.
So he dropped from the list. He was at 10 last year, and
Yeah.
they dropped him.
Because Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith are the two other Packers. Oh, I guess Zadarius is no longer with the Packers. He's on the Vikings now. Good old trader. But interesting that they have Rashawn Gary on that list. Okay. Okay, safeties, I guess, now?
They include an explanation here.
Oh.
He is coming off of Myles Garrett, his 4th straight double-digit sack season, after a personal career high 16. So you
Okay.
got to give him number 1. And if we're setting personal bests, you have to be number 1 with a
Not
99.
tying a league record.
No.
And he even missed the game. TJ Watt missed the game
Yes.
and still tied the record.
Yes. Feasibly could have broken it if
Yeah.
he had played one more game.
Easily.
Easily.
Gosh. Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on from that.
I think the only thing left
Shambles.
is...
Safeties.
Oh, no. Never mind. There's tight ends.
Tight ends.
Yeah.
Darren Waller?
At 4.
Oh, I know who it is. Travis Kelce, number
Travis
1.
Kelce.
Yeah.
Number 1. Did you know
TJ
he's not a top 3 paid tight end, though?
Really?
Uh-huh.
Who? Do you know off the top of your head who is?
I know George Kittle.
Yeah. I was
Is
going to say George
higher.
Kittle's on there. TJ Hawkinson?
I can't remember who number 2 is.
Mm.
Might be right. George Kittle is number 2 on this list.
Mm. So then I would assume Darren Waller's on that list.
4?
Especially for the money as well.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
probably up
I
there
think
as well.
he is, yeah.
So then it's who else would be a tight end? Tunyon's not on it. Mark Andrews.
Number 3.
Mark Andrews, number 3.
You said Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
5.
I'm trying to think of other ones. I would say not him.
Who is it? It might be.
CJ Usmanzada is not on
No.
that list.
You're
That's
right.
the first thing that came to my head. I don't know
You're
why.
right.
Eric Ebron comes to the head.
Nope.
What's his name? Gosh, what's his name?
There's a couple legacy players on here.
Yeah, definitely. Jason Witten.
Not that legacy. No.
I would say probably. Give me one of the legacy ones.
Hunter Henry,
Hunter Henry.
number 10.
What about Jonnu Smith? So his teammate is not on the list. Interesting.
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz, yeah,
Number 9.
that's a legacy one.
Kyle Pitts.
Ooh,
At 6.
I completely forgot about that. I could see him going pretty well.
Actually, did you say Mike Gesicki?
I did not. That's a good
Mike
one.
Gesicki.
That's a good
7.
one.
And then Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goddard. I got
Goddard.
you.
Is it Goddard?
It's Goddard.
Goddard?
Goddard.
Sounds French.
I don't know why they call him Goddard then.
He doesn't know.
But no, yeah, I mean that's a solid list. Tight ends are tight ends.
Yeah.
I mean
There's only so many good ones in the league.
yeah. And if you take into block and everything, that's a lot of things that as a fan you don't really look at too much.
And if Rob had not retired, I think Gronk would have been on
that
there.
list as well. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably would have taken Zach Ertz's spot or something like that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, safeties.
Safeties.
Last but not least, I think. Micah Hyde.
Because we're not going to do kickers. It's not worth it. Safeties.
Are kickers on this?
They are.
They really are. I would assume
they were thorough.
Justin Tucker.
Yes.
Okay, that's only one I know.
Yep, and a 90.
Do real quick go through.
Justin Tucker at 90. Big drop to Harrison Butker at an 84. Why even start at 90 as the top? Why not raise everyone else?
Why not do that? You know.
Evan McPherson, Chris Boswell.
If Mason Crosby's on this list, I'm gonna be furious.
He is not.
Thank goodness.
He is not.
Thank goodness.
Young-Ho Koo.
Oh yeah, okay. Ravens. Or not? Yeah, Falcons. I meant.
Graham Gano.
Yeah, I was gonna say Graham Gano.
Daniel Carlson on the Raiders. Robbie Gould.
Okay.
Matt Gay and Nick Folk.
Okay. I've heard them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, safeties. Micah Hyde
is 5.
5. All right. Let's go with. Is Jonathan Abram on there? That's a shout. Is he 10th or something like that? He's not on the list. Okay. Let's go with the obvious ones of who's on the Seahawks. What's his name? Seahawks.
Jamal
Adams. He's on there.
Tied for 7.
Tied for 7.
Which the bottom 4 are tied for 7.
Really? All right. Give me a hint for the top one. Don't tell me the team.
Saints.
Oh, I don't know. Who is it?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, I forgot he's no longer on the Chiefs.
Yep.
Tyrann Mathieu. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. Okay. Get the rest of them out there.
Derwin James Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Buda Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Byard? I'm not sure. Byard.
Oh, Byard. Got you.
On the Titans.
Yeah. Wait. Another Adrian Amos? Is he on there? No.
Micah Hyde, you said. Justin Simmons, Jesse Bates the third.
Okay.
Jordan Poyer, Harrison Smith, and Jamal Adams.
Harrison Smith. I should have gotten that one.
Yes.
I should have gotten that one.
All tied at 90. That bottom 4.
Interesting. Tied at 90?
Yeah. So
wow.
No safety
in the top
above
10.
94 or below 90 in the top 10.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Only one kicker above 90. Didn't Justin Tucker set a record last year?
Just by a couple yards.
Yeah. All time record.
by 2 yards.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right?
All time. 66 yards. Game winner, 66 yards.
Yeah. What does it take besides being the all-time record holder in something to get?
And it's 99? Not even okay. And you know what's even crazy? It's not even that he is just a guy with a great leg, like a big leg. Because a lot of people probably could. No, not a lot of people, but there are kickers that can do that. But he is arguably the greatest kicker of our generation.
Yeah.
Of course, you have Adam Vinatieri, but really, he's one of the greatest kickers, or greater kickers of our generation. Yes. And it's not like he just was like, okay, some random guy kicked a 66-yard field goal just because he has a big leg or whatever. This guy is consistently amazing, and then does the record.
Yes.
So it's not like, he's only good within 50 yards or whatever. No, he can drill it throughout the whole entire thing.
Yes.
But yeah, let's call him a 90.
Let's go. Yeah. There's room for improvement, like 10%.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
I don't know how. I guess it's because of their ratings. I guess because they involve throw power and stuff into kickers' ratings. What? So maybe they have it on the ratings. They have throw power because they can be put in for a quarterback. So they have throw power, throw accuracy, and stuff like that. Because I would assume his kick power is going to be 99. Because you would assume
Holding the
breaking the record,
is
he
worth
would have a
something,
99
yeah.
rating.
You would think.
And maybe an accuracy of, 95, 94.
You would think so.
So those are really the only two stats that matter as a kicker.
But
maybe, and I don't even know if I don't think there's a clutch stat in Madden. How are you a 90? Because he's got to be a 99.
which means not only, is it a 99 and then a high 90s for accuracy.
Yeah.
That means, though, that there's something that's really low.
bringing it down.
Yeah, something in the 70s, probably.
Because there's also, but then also you have to look at it like this. They don't base the overall, really, because you can't say, okay, Myles Garrett or whatever is a 99. Does he have all 99 stats? No. So then, assuming, based on mathematics, he would ultimately, if you add up and then divide or whatever by however many it is, his overall rating isn't a 99.
Which means someone sat down and said he must be a 99.
Yeah.
Well, okay, same thing with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
A 97.
Yeah.
Tom Brady does not have multiple or any 99 stats. Maybe accuracy within some amount of yards.
Awareness? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Clutch? I don't know if clutch is a rating. I don't think it is.
Right.
So it's like you look at it, but again, really, I don't think many people have 99 ratings.
No.
I think the only real 99 rating that should be given out is, like I said, is the maybe Tyreek Hill's speed, the fastest person.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he should have 99 speed. Justin Tucker should have a 99 kick power.
Yes.
And then you have, throw power. Whoever can throw it the farthest, Josh Allen or, I guess Patrick Mahomes. I don't know who else is really big arm, but one of those two guys that have
Prescott, I feel like has a
maybe,
big arm.
but someone like that should have a 98, 99 throwing power.
Right.
So it's like there's not a lot of 99s,
Right.
unless you give 99 pass rush or I don't even know, 'cause like power moves, finesse moves. Is that all 99s for Myles Garrett? Is block shedding, is that a 99 because he gets out of the blocking?
Intensity.
Intensity, exactly.
Aggression. 99.
Helmet hitting.
Yeah.
99.
99.
But that's the thing, because you're looking at these ratings, and that's the thing about Madden. So what this is, the ratings are for franchise, right? So you have the franchise, and they have all the players have the rating, and they give the overall for the team. You have Ultimate Team that they come out with the cards. They come out, depending on how the person does, they bring out a card that's a certain rating. So that's really not the actual rating. You have to look like we're doing at the franchise, because that shows what they think is how the people will perform or how they have performed.
Right.
Because I guess they're looking at it as how they're going to perform. But then again, you can't look at that and say some of those players, like you said, I think Zach Ertz is a great tight end or whatever.
Right.
But some of those people that got thrown the bone as like, okay, let's give them a good rating. That can't be based on this season to come. It has to give you some, like Tom Brady, as great as he's going to be, or as great as he has been, he's going to fall off the cliff at some point, whether maybe this season or a couple seasons from now. Crazy enough how he's gone this far, obviously. But how do you rate him as the number one quarterback going in?
Especially when you consider the receiving core that he has had around him.
You have a top-rated, you have one of the top-rated wide receivers in Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these weapons around him. Again, Gronkowski's gone, whatever, but I don't understand.
In his last successful seasons, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown. I'm missing a big one. Chris something? Is that right?
You have a bunch of them. You have Godwin.
That's it, Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, yeah.
Yes, another.
So that's another great wide receiver.
Arguably has played in some seasons as well as Mike Evans.
Yeah, and that's the thing I understand Mike Evans is good, but I wouldn't say he's
Chris Godwin.
I don't think he's a top 10 wide receiver.
Exactly.
I think again, it's based on I don't know what they do.
There's some legacy aspect to it.
I get it. Has to be.
Yep.
It has to be because you look at even, gosh. I could think of. You go through that list. You could say everybody on that list is better than Mike Evans. you talk about.
You could say AJ Brown's.
AJ Brown, exactly. Like I listed, I think 3 or 4 that were just like, okay, how are they not on the list?
Right. Well, who's okay? You know what? Who is the top receiver at the Bengals?
Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd.
I think neither were on the list.
What's the other one? There's one more. Tyler Boyd's like the 3. So it's Jamar Chase. Oh, I couldn't think of the other one.
Jamar Chase is who I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's the number 1.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
and then, of course, Michael Thomas.
Again, but I understand that. I understand that Michael Thomas, but
I guess you don't know. But again, if we're doing like a legacy and what they have been before thing,
it has to be.
It has to be.
Because you look at the situation.
He ended on top before he got hurt.
But also you look at the situation and think, okay, I mean, Mike Evans, compare the seasons, Mike Evans and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase had an amazing year last year, broke the rookie record and everything. I mean, you would expect another year on that team, he only gets better. And another year, Mike Evans is only going to get worse, you would think.
And you also have to consider the number of weapons drawing attention from Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of weapons in Cincinnati.
Not maybe of the same caliber, though. Not of the same...
I mean, Tyler Boyd, who's the other one? Look up the Bengals' other wide receiver. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But, I mean, I would say that the Bengals are right up there with them. I mean, maybe running back wise, maybe the
Joe Mixon's
good, but I mean, you have also Leonard Fournette for the Buccaneers. T. Higgins, yeah, another great wide receiver. So it's like, I mean, the way I look at it though is like, you have to think. Tom Brady, obviously, great quarterback, but how good is he going to be this year? How good is Mike Evans going to be this year? Like 2 aging players, aging stars, that again, at some point they're going to fall off or whatever, and Mike Evans might get injured or whatever. But again, there has to be a combination, and maybe they weigh other things more.
Right.
Like you said, popularity contest is such a big thing for this. I feel like because it has to be.
It has to be.
Because I think even if you no matter what it is, if you are the MVP, I think that's what I've always thought about this when I've played the game.
You begin at a 99.
You begin at a 99.
And last season as the best player in the league, you are feasibly not only the best if you're the best player in the league at all positions, you're feasibly the best at your position.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's not the thing. Like, but even then, if they're like, okay, well, we have to put Tom Brady up there. He's the GOAT, right? You then have to put him at a 99. If you want him at the same level, you don't drop someone down in order to put someone up above him.
Right.
You can put him at the same level.
Right. Why not have your top players be the best?
Yeah, because they have ties there.
And it's not like they don't readjust. They readjust all the time.
All the time.
And so you might why have a kicker capped at 90, but no, what was it, cornerbacks or something?
It was no
safeties below
90. Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
How do you come up with these?
I mean, it's something that you really have to. It's a head scratcher, really. Like it is. To me, it's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm sure they'll do some adjustments. The only thing they won't be able to adjust is probably that Metacritic score. That's the one rating that comes out. That's the rating
they can't touch.
They cannot touch.
That's crazy.
Maybe one day they will feel obligated to touch it a little bit out of the gate.
Yeah. But
I think it's that time again, Evan, where we're going to have to sign off.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe and hopefully like the video and everything. But we'll see you next time.
Have a good rest of your day. Yeah. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop stream on this right side. Stop stream on the right side. Right side. Right side. Right.